It's week 10 NFL power rankings time. Haven't done this one in a little bit, but it's time to revisit it. And more importantly, what's up with Mike Florio? I mean, this guy, he must just hate the Lions. You know, he did an excellent interview the other day with Aiden Hutchinson, which we're going to post up on the Rock Down Detroit Lions Facebook page. And I was going to do a little thing with it side by side, but I just decided not to waste my time because when I'm looking at Mike Florio's power rankings and the rest of all of the major media outlets out there, his just doesn't make any sense to me, and I want to start with that one first. So he's got the Eagles as number one. I get it; they deserve it. But then he's got the Ravens at number two. And what really blew my mind is the Jaguars at number three. Then the Chiefs, then the 49ers at number five, the Dolphins at six, and the Lions at seven. This makes zero sense to me. If you were going to go by pure records alone, right? The 49ers are 5-3. The Dolphins are 6-3. The Lions are 6-2. Well, that should immediately put the Lions into the top five, right? Granted, because the Eagles are 8-1, the Ravens are 7-2. Jaguars definitely don't believe that the Jaguars are a better team than the Lions. I mean, do you? Do you really think that the Jaguars are a better team than the Lions? So we played in preseason and we lost in preseason with 0 starters in. That's the only comparison you have right now between the Lions and the Jaguars. Outside of, let's see, they played last season, right? Let me take a look at last season's schedule. I'm pretty sure that they played last season, and I thought the Lions won. Preseason this year, we lost 25-7. We had absolutely nobody in the game. Nobody. Preseason's meaningless. Let's take a look here at last season. Could it have been 2 seasons ago already? My goodness. Time flies, especially when you're having fun. So, yeah, there you have it. It was in 2020. It was at least the last time they played in this schedule. Lions whooped them 34-16. That game's meaningless here in 2023. Absolutely meaningless. 2021. I don't see that they played in 2021, which would make sense because I think they're every 4 seasons or every 3 at least. I think it's every 4. Here we go. Yeah, it's every 2. So December 2022, the Lions won 40-14. Yeah, that's right. How could I forget that game? Completely smoked them. So the last 2 matchups between the Lions and the Jaguars, the Lions are winning that, right? The Lions are a much better team than the Jaguars this season, hands down. So Mike Florio, I don't get it, buddy. I really don't. You got the Seahawks down at 5-3 and in 10th. The Cowboys 5-3 at 9th. The Bengals 5-3 at 8th. So why are the Dolphins and the Niners not with those guys? And the Lions at 6-2 at 5. Doesn't make any sense. ESPN got a little bit closer. At least to what I feel is a little bit more accurate. You got the Eagles at number 1, the Chiefs at number 2, the Ravens at number 3, the Dolphins at number 4, and the Lions at number 5. I think this one's pretty darn accurate. I think the Lions are a top 5 team right now, 100%. And then good old NFL.com. The way they're shaking it up is Eagles at number 1, Ravens at number 2, Chiefs at number 3, Jags at number 4, but still the Lions at number 5. I guess I wouldn't be so bent about the Jags as long as the Lions were still a top 5. But they had it right where they put the 49ers at 7, behind the Dolphins at 6. Cowboys at 8. Yeah, I'm not sold on that. But hey, you got to give the Cowboys a bone at some point. You got to give them something because That's the only game I have left on this schedule that I'm questioning that the Lions can pull out. And I think that that's going to be a basis of, are we resting players? Have we already locked up the division? Is the seeding going to be that big of a deal for us? Have we already locked up the best seeding that we can possibly get? What is everybody else doing around the league at that time? And if all of those answers are yes, we're resting, yes, the seeding is already locked up as best as it can be, then it's going to be a game that we're probably going to lose because we're not going to be putting all our best players in. It would be dumb to do that. I hope Dan Campbell doesn't do that. So power rankings, Lions are averaging top 5 across 3 or 4 different media outlets. I agree with that. I'll have a different perspective next week when they go in and beat the Chargers this weekend. And as long as they take care of business and they do that, I think the Lions should be top 4, squeezing up to top 3 by week 12. They're going to keep winning, is my prediction. I think the Lions go 5-0 to start the second half here. Chargers and the Saints and the Broncos are the toughest games the Lions have on this schedule before week 16. So with that said, let me know in the comments below, where do you have the Lions ranked? Do you feel that they're a top 3 team right now when we're healthy? And are we a top 5 team right now only because we have a few players that aren't healthy? And given what you've seen throughout this season, healthy or unhealthy, this team battles, finds ways to win, overcomes adversity. And even when we're, having self-inflicted moronic moments on the field, we overcome it. We find a way to adapt. And that's the true meaning of a well-coached team and an intelligent team. So I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the Detroit Lions. I'm really starting to appreciate the hold that Dan Campbell has on this team. And I mean that in a very positive way, that he's got these guys playing their hearts out and getting them in the right position at the right time to make the right moves. Albeit we don't agree all the time. A lot of us are screaming from the stands to call the timeout or something when, we just feel like this is one of those games that's going to slip away from us. But he holds true to what his game plan is, and it's working this season. I think that Dan's had to learn a little bit along the way, and he's done an excellent job. So anyway, let me know in the comments, where do you have these Detroit Lions ranked, and where do you see us ending up? It's early. Previous video, I just did the playoff look. Where is it lining up? How soon can the Lions win this NFC North crown? So it'll be popping up in the cards. Check it out. We'll see y'all later. Go One Pride. Go Detroit Lions. Have a wonderful day. Take care.